Saturday salutations, happy holidays, and welcome once again to another episode of Mathematical Morality. The main reason we're here today is because, for this particular episode, is that we're celebrating the birthday of the guy in the top left corner of your screen, who is Sir Issac Newton, the founder of calculus, and whose birthday was today. But before going into, rather than going into all the explanations of what calculus is, etc., which you can find by using Professor Google, I managed to get a friend of mine on today who I figured could talk a little bit about how learning math was for him and what parts he liked, if any. So with me is Phil Bushell. So take it away. What was math like for you? What was math like for you in school and university and stuff like that?
Well, boring school, and unfortunately I dropped it very quickly in university due to a exceptionally disagreeable professor by the name of Ronan. I find it useful in my everyday life. Most people don't think of that.
How do you find it? How do you find it? Oh, sorry, you were saying.
Nope. I said including calculus and algebraic equations. You use them without thinking.
Would you care to go into a bit more detail on that? Just so this way our viewers might actually start thinking about this kind of thing, especially around this time of year.
Well, if you go into a store and there are 12 of X at that price, and you pick up 2 dozen of X, what is the price going to be? So it's 2X times 2.
Right. What about for the
algebra to me? Oh, calculus. I use calculus comes more to play in my role-playing games than anything else in coming up with challenges and/or my more intelligent players. I've had to do some hard physics research. I'm not going to name names who've forced me to do that, but you can feel free to have your ears burn right now, Guthrie.
Yes.
But I mean, calculating atomic weights and going to the periodic table and figuring out what this new theoretical element is going to figure in as, what frequency it's going to oscillate at, can be daunting.
Fair enough. Well, like I said, at the very least, good to know that at least you guys are finding good to know that you're finding use for it in role-playing games. I would actually propose as well that the average person be starting to do more research on this, just so this way they can when the news flashes something fancy in the way of science news, perhaps they'll be able to better understand it and figure out whether it's accurate or not. But again,
or they come to broadcast the budget.
Or when they broadcast, pardon?
Because that's gone beyond mathematics.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was pretty much everything I was curious about. So thanks again, and thanks again, everyone, for watching this episode of Mathematical Morality.